everyone, it's Noelle from the Giarda Sisters. Today I wanted to take you through my process of making Miss Fortune's arcade skin from League of Legends. Now, this wound up being pretty long, so we've broken it up into 3 videos for you, and once we get the other 2 uploaded, we'll link them down in the description. And if you'd like to get notified when we do, then you can hit that subscribe button and the bell icon. And yeah, so let's get started. I used both the splash art and in-game model as reference, and kind of just chose the parts I liked best from each. I started with the vest as it was pretty straightforward. I chose to use ripstop nylon with a layer of 1-inch poly quilt batting inside so it'd have that extra 80s puff. In the collar, I doubled that for 2 inches of batting to get that upright pillow effect. Then top stitched, bound the edges, and it was finished. The waistcoat was trickier. It's an odd garment. Not quite long enough to be a cincher, but a little too structured to simply be a waistcoat, so I landed somewhere in the middle. I made a duct tape pattern, then a mock-up to make sure the fit was proper. I wanted to lean into the whole retro arcade feel this costume has and thought this glossy glitter vinyl went perfectly. I used coattail for a strong support layer. When working with vinyl, leather, or other materials that are difficult to pin, do yourself a favor and get these little clips. On projects like this, they'll save your sanity. They certainly saved mine. I did not want this thing slouching down, so I knew I'd need to add boning to keep it smooth and upright. Now, even with a Teflon foot, my sewing machine still threw a fit when it came to sewing the edging. So to keep the vinyl from sticking on the bottom, I just cut a bit of paper towel and put it underneath. No more sticking, and it easily tore away when I was finished. Next, I made the star appliques. Last, I added the lacing. And voila, one extra pink waistcoat. For the white top, I again started with a duct tape pattern, then transferred it to paper and cut the final pieces from neoprene. I wanted this cleavage cover thing to be flexible for comfort, so I used buckram and EVA foam, just layered them together for the shape, then covered it with a gold metallic spandex. After that, it was just a matter of hand stitching it into place. Next came the skirt. I designed the checkered pattern in Photoshop, then had it custom printed by Fabric on Demand. I based the pattern on a skirt I already had and altered it just a bit. Pleats. I love them, but they are so annoying to make, and they become especially tricky when trying to line up a checkered pattern. But I think I managed. I blind hemmed the seam so it would maintain a crisp folded edge and to ensure that the pleats hung straight down. I wanted the belt loops to remain flat and hold their shape, so I used some spray adhesive to attach some buckram to the inside. Then hand stitched them into place. I used these cute star-shaped push studs to cover the stitching on the outside of the belt loops and add a little extra pop to the skirt. There we go, itty bitty adorable mini skirt. I made the belt from 2mm EVA foam backed with buckram for stability. I cut it in a curve so it would lay smooth against my hips without gapping along the top. I love the 3-dimensional look of this carbon fiber stretch fabric and thought it would be perfect for the belt. I used spray adhesive to stick it down, then gave it a good pressing to make sure everything was securely stuck. For the closure, I used hooks and eyes to make a flat side-by-side connection. Then hand-coached the zigzag. I 3D modelled and printed the buckle, then finished it with filler primer and auto paint. I glued half of the buckle to one end of the belt and used magnets to attach the other. A huge thank you to Dial Up Games for providing me with a dead Game Boy so I wouldn't have to feel bad about gutting a functional one. Please go check them out. If you like retro games, current gen, or pretty much anything in between, they've got you covered. I'll put a link in the description. I took out everything I could to make the Game Boy as light as possible because this tiny skirt is, well, tiny, and I didn't want it to get pulled crooked and wind up flashing a butt cheek to the world. So heavy boards, steel plates, and other guts had to go. I glued in all the important stuff like the screen, buttons, ports, and things, then replaced the screen cover and added a loop on the back to match my belt. There, light as a feather, and with no adverse effects on skirt placement. I 3D modelled and printed the bangles, then sanded and finished them. I made the pink bracelet the same way I made the belt, just added a snap and slide. For the boots, I started with a duct tape pattern, then tore apart the base shoe. I used purple pleather for the entire upper portion. I love this Ultra Preme from Yaya's collection. Unfortunately, I can no longer find it anywhere, but this was as good a project as any to use the last of my stash on, so I covered the midsoles and straps with it. The straps were made the same way as the belt. I added the buckles, then glued them on. When the uppers were complete, I used contact cement to glue them to the soles. Added the final touches, and finished. The only thing I didn't bake for this costume are the arm warmers. I purchased a pair from Amazon and they turned out to be the perfect pink. And oh, so soft. And that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it helped in some way for your own crafting adventures. If so, leave us a like and let us know what you think in the comments. We would love to hear it. Next time, I will show you how I made the headphones, hat, and wig, so don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to stay tuned for that. If you'd like to find us on social media or visit our website, you can find all those links down in the description. In the meantime, thank you all again, and I will see you next time.